What's up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. And as you can see by the title of this video, I'm doing a review on the anime Uzumaki. I had talked a week ago, I believe, about the Junji Ito collection and how it was on Crunchyroll and how I plan to watch Uzumaki, which is also by Junji Ito, this time around because I had really been wanting to watch this anime. Now I actually do own the Uzumaki manga, and so ever since it had been rumored or talked about that an anime was going to be released, and this was back during like 2020 2021, I had really been wanting to watch it, and it actually was released last year in 2024. So I finally got a chance this spooky season to finally be able to enjoy Uzumaki. If you do want to watch Uzumaki, it is available on HBO Max. I am not sponsored by them in any way, but you can watch it on HBO Max and is available on there. It's only 4 episodes long. If you do not have HBO Max though, I believe on Amazon Prime Video they do have it, but you have to buy the HBO Max add-on subscription under Amazon Prime to be able to watch it, because I was going to do it that way, but I realized I had an HBO Max subscription already, so that's pretty much how I ended up watching it. If you have not read Uzumaki before, and obviously if you have not watched it, what it's about a town that has this curse of spirals and just kind of the mishaps that are happening in this town due to this curse. So you kind of have your main male and female lead character within this anime, but you also meet a host of side characters also, and you see how the spirals basically start to destroy this town. When you first meet the male and female lead, they are basically, the female lead is picking up the male lead, whose name at this time I have currently forgotten, but picks him up from the subway station or from the train station, and he starts talking about how his dad has been weird over the past few days, how he has become obsessed with spirals. He wants everything in a spiral pattern. He likes the dizzying feeling, like he's just become obsessed with it, and kind of like how it's tearing his family apart. Then you have the female lead where her hair starts turning curly. You have people in their town turning into snails, people in their town walking in circles, and they just cannot help it. It has all these mishaps happening in this town, and it is just utterly spooky with what's happening because there's no rhyme or reason that not any of them can kind of figure out as to why this is actually happening. And I loved it. It was a great anime to get me into spooky season, and it had that same edge on the seat feeling that as when I was watching it as I felt when I was reading it for the very first time. I like seeing all the animation come to life and seeing all the kind of like, not collective episodes, but kind of like the collective like stories and situations that happened in the manga start happening on the screen. And I could remember reading a lot of these stories, and then now just seeing them come to life was just crazy for me to be able to actually see. There's a little bit of a mystery involved just because of the fact they don't know why this is happening, and it also has a few thrills as well, where it's kind of like edge on your seat, high stakes sort of situations. For example, the female lead has where her hair starts turning into spirals, and you're kind of like, oh my god, what is going to happen to her? I honestly thought she wasn't gonna make it. Like, it was just all over the place, and not all over the place, but it kind of just like made me feel like, oh my god, I don't remember this happening in the manga, like what is going on, sort of a feeling. And I highly recommend it, again, if you're trying to watch something for spooky season. Now, as far as any negatives that I have about Uzumaki, because no anime is obviously perfect, for me personally, it was the animation. The animation is still all done in black and white, very similar to the art style of the manga, but I kind of just feel like the animation itself was a little bit disjointed. Like, it just wasn't fluid. And I don't know why it was done in this way. Maybe it's just because of the fact I am used to animes having a more fluid, not even art style, but just a fluid animation where everything just kind of flows very easily from one to the next. Whereas this one, at least to me, it just felt kind of like jerky at times. Like the movements of the characters' arms or legs, or just the movements in general, it just didn't feel fluid at times. And that's probably the only negative that I kind of have about it. I know that for some people, I've seen people kind of like not really like the anime when it comes to Junji Ito's works. I completely disagree with those people. I think the works come very well off the page onto the screen, and I'm very glad that they were able to do it. But if you're someone who has an issue with certain animation styles and how they can kind of take you out of the story, this might not be for you. I know I sometimes can be that person when I'm watching certain shows. The animation style can completely throw me off. A few examples for me are Ruby and as well as Arcane. For some reason, the animation style just doesn't stick with me, and then I'm not able to really watch it all the way through. No matter how good the people say the show is, I just can't get into it because the animation style just throws me off. So if you're someone like that, feel free to give it a shot, but definitely understandable if the animation style just makes you not want to watch it. And in that case, highly recommend reading the manga. That way you're able to get the gist of the entire story, and then maybe that might make you want to go back and watch the anime. Like I've mentioned already, and I've mentioned several times the same way I did with my previous review, this is a great anime to get you into spooky season. I feel like if you're someone who's not super big into horror, this might be kind of for you. But I will say that there are moments of where there is a lot of gore or there's a lot of violence, and that might turn you off as well. So trigger warnings if you are someone who is very sensitive to that sort of thing. In that case, I do not recommend this for you because of the fact that, you know, it could arise some triggering feelings that someone might have due to watching that kind of material. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I kind of wish that there were more Junji Ito works just in general that were animated, because it's just his storytelling when it comes to horror is absolutely great, and it has a way of being both spooky and then also very fun, and then just also like giving you a great amount of being scared after you finish watching it, but also leaving you with a sense of like, oh my god. The only caveat that I have that I kind of am wondering with this entire town though is the entire time I was watching it, I was like, why don't those two just leave? Because of how this town is. Now, that's one thing I am curious about. If you're someone who lives there and you try to leave, does it bring you back? Or does it stop you from actually leaving? Does the curse extend to the people themselves, or is it just the town itself? That's one of the things that I have some great questions about that I wish were kind of answered during the course of the anime or even during the course of the manga, just because of the fact they did have a scene where these kids did try to leave, but they weren't able to. But it wasn't due to the curse itself. It was just due to their parents. So I am kind of curious about that. But yeah, if you have seen Uzumaki, let me know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you have issues with the animation, kind of like where I did sometimes? Do you think more Junji Ito work should be animated? That's what I would definitely love to know. So comment below your thoughts. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will have links down below to all my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me on there as well if you like. And I will see you guys soon with a new video. Feel free to comment any suggestions you have also for videos. I do take those into consideration when I'm coming up with ideas or anything else. And let me know if there's any like other shows that you want me to watch. It's still currently spooky season, so I'm still going through my like TBR and my to watch list when it comes to anime and mangas. So yeah, it could probably be featured or something I watch later on in the year. But alright, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy, and stay healthy, and of course, please stay safe. Alright, you guys.